Hi. So is it happening with you that at this point of time your marks are becoming almost stagnant and they are not increasing as well as decreasing whether you are preparing for your full syllabus test or not? That means, let's say in the first test you got 550, you are not preparing and still you got 565 in the second test, then you prepared something but still you got 548 in the third test, around 555 again. That means your marks are not fluctuating much whether you are preparing for the test or not, because this thing happens with most of the students at average and the above average range, especially at the end of the session, and mostly in the full syllabus test known as major test or grand test in your respective institutes. So if you are suffering from this, what's the first thing you will do? I can easily recall in my days also, and many of my students every year they do the same thing. When they get stuck at around, let's say 550, what they do, when the first time they get 550, second time, third time, they understand that they are not increasing the marks anymore, so they start reading more, they start running towards the knowledge, they start taking the notebook and NCERT in their hands and keep on cramming again and again and again, and they expect that this cramming will lead them to become the AIR1 and give them the marks, or maybe not AIR1 but will give them the desired marks, or maybe a 40, 30, 20 marks increase they will be able to see in the next test, and again the marks still remain the same. Then what happens, after 2-3 attempts, frustration start coming up. And this is the biggest problem. The problem is that in the end of the session, when you require maximum enthusiasm, maximum energy, full happiness is required in the last 1.5 to 2 months for getting the best selection, people start getting frustrated because their marks are not increasing. As a result, their confidence also get affected. So today I'm going to tell you why exactly your marks are not increasing and what you should do to improve the marks and what you should not do, what you should not rely upon for increasing your marks further. Short technique, 100% you will be able to understand with proper logic why it is happening and how it is happening and what will not work. So understand what the basic idea that people have, because I have a lot of interaction with the people of the repeater batch especially. So when a repeater batch comes, that means a batch who has given the NEET examination previously and not got the desired result, when they come back, what they think is that maybe my knowledge level was less, that's why I did not get the selection. Which may or may not be true. But the problem is that no student is able to understand it's not about the knowledge. Understand, by gaining the knowledge, you cannot become a very good ranker in the NEET examination or JEE examination. So understand, your knowledge will not lead you to the marks directly. It's not possible. The knowledge is just 50% of your preparation, and this knowledge has to pass through a very big machine known as TTA, and TTA is the major hero of our today's discussion. TTA is the test taking ability. It involves a lot of things. So what happens when you gather the knowledge, then you have to pass it through TTA, the test taking ability, and then only you will be able to translate your knowledge into marks. So understand, just because you have a lot of knowledge, maximum in all over the India, in the senior inter, in class 12th or in the repeater batch, it does not mean that you will become the rank 1. In fact, you will understand that most of the rank 1s, you can see their interviews on the web also, they never expected to become rank 1. The reason being very simple, they knew they were not very well prepared or very well knowledgeable. They were not very well knowledgeable to be the rank 1 of the whole country, but still they are able to become. Reason being, knowledge is overjudged. What people think knowledge is everything, and more the knowledge you will have, more you will be able to score. Knowledge is very important, 100% very important. If you are getting around 300 and 400, your knowledge is very less, you have to read a lot. But whatever you have known, because if you are getting around 300 marks also, that means then also at least 60 to 70% syllabus you would be knowing. Otherwise 300 to 400 marks will not come. And people think they know very less. The truth is very different than this. Truth is that if your marks are around 300 to 400 in the NEET major test you are giving or full syllabus test you are giving, actually you know around 60 to 70%, but you are not able to translate that knowledge into marks because of the lack of the test taking ability, and no one talks about this in detail. That's why people are not able to understand why they are becoming stagnant, because this is the maximum marks your knowledge is going to give you at that particular time. And if you want to enhance your marks exponentially within the least duration of time, you have to understand how to develop your test taking ability. Understand now. So what is this test taking ability? How do you write test? How do you convert your knowledge into the marks, your knowledge into the result? So understand now. देखो भैया, first thing, one example I can give you to explain. I had a student whom I taught. I was at that time in Kota. One student was there. I will not disclose the name obviously because people will start bothering that person too much. But what happened? He got very okay kind of rank. I think around 40-50,000 AIR he got in the JEE Main examination in his first attempt. Then he took the admission in one of the institute in Kanpur. Obviously, I will not name that, but a good private college in Kanpur. He took the admission there in engineering. That was his hometown also. What he did while being in Kanpur itself, being in the engineering college itself, in the next year when he was in the second year, he was coming in the second year, then also he appeared for the JEE Main examination, and this time he got 8,000 AIR, nearly 8,000 AIR, and further he is reading in NIT Jalandhar at this point of time. So understand, what happened? Did he prepare in that duration? And the answer is no. Because I'm very much in contact with that person, he was not taking any coaching, he was not taking even the studies seriously for the second year. And no one takes the studies seriously when they enter into the college. Very rare people are there who can attempt the second JEE Main examination from the college itself, or second NEET examination from some college itself, because college life itself is too much busy in curricular, extracurricular and so on. So what happened? I was in a constant touch with him. Then he told me exactly this idea. Sir, I did not prepare much. In the last 1-2 months, yes, I took the notes out which I made in Kota and I started reading it. That was very fine for him. What happened actually was, why his marks improved is that within this 1 year, not his knowledge, but his aptitude developed. His test taking ability developed. So even though his knowledge level was less, because he was not revising as much, so his knowledge level went a little down, but his marks got drastically improved, because whatever he was knowing was enough for his selection last year also, but his test taking abilities were not good. So understand what is actually making the test taking ability. Number one, match practice. What is this match practice? So when you are practicing a material, you have your notes in your hand, you have the NCERT along with you, you have the answer keys at the back, everything seems to be very easy. You think this also I know, that also I know, because everything is available to you wherever you get stuck. Nowadays WhatsApp is also there, Instagram is also there, you can in fact Google the answer also. So everything seems to be very, very easy. But when those things are taken away from you, just imagine you don't have any notebook, you don't have any answer keys, you have just 4 or 5 questions without any answer key. Suddenly you will start feeling uncomfortable once I ask you to answer them. This is exactly what happens in the examination also. So problem is that when you practice is very good, but what is the right way of practicing? Because everyone practice. Right way of practice is match practice. In the actual match, what pressure situation is there? Unknown faces are around you. You will not be able to get the hints from your surrounding. You will not be able to check from your notes. You don't have that at the back of your head that even if I answer wrong, I can later on correct it. You have to write there and then. So understand, such kind of practice is required in the study hour before the test itself. That means 2 things you have to keep in mind. When you practice in a time-bound manner now. In the beginning, no need. When you are developing the concept, no need to focus upon the time-bound practice in the beginning. But when you are in the end of the session and you are stagnated at a point, so understand you have to do a time-bound practice so that your brain get this silly mistakes, this careless mistakes that you are doing, you will do it. You can't run away from it. You will do that careless mistake. You will do that silly mistake. Objective is that force your mind by the time-bound practice to do it before the actual test. So once you commit it 1 time, 2 time, 3 time before the actual test, your mind will become overconscious ki acha yaar, this kind of mistake I am doing in the test, so I should not repeat it. So understand that time-bound practice is necessary. What does it mean? Set your timer, let's say for 30 minutes and solve, let's say 30 questions at a stretch and check answer key only and only after completing those 30 questions. Many people have this habit, they do 1 question, check the answer key, do another question, check the answer key, do another. Arey bhaiya, you are breaking your practice. So if your mind is not getting the practice of writing the test, so your test taking ability is not developing. Your just knowledge is developing, and knowledge again, as I said, is just 50% of your selection. Main thing is developing the test taking ability. So give proper practice in the time bound manner, and by checking the answer key only and only at the last, you will understand within 2 weeks, you'll be able to see a drastic change in your attitude towards the test. Confidence will increase. Knowledge will be same, but marks will exponentially increase. So time bound practice and checking the key at the last. Point number 1 to develop the test taking ability. Number 2, many people who are good scorers, that means who are getting stagnated at around 620, 630, 640, they already have this habit. Some people are just talented, they are just lucky, but they are not actually working in the right direction. So if they start doing this second point, they will even further enhance their marks. So do what? Make your error analysis report. What does it mean? It means that, for example, you attempt a test. Okay, please, this pictorial presentation I am giving you so that you remember them forever. You don't have to mug up these points also. There is already too much to mug up. So देखो यार, when you are suddenly finding, oops, I have done this error in the test. After the test, you did the error analysis. You understood that this question I did wrong, this question I did wrong, this question I did wrong. What do you do when you see a question you have done wrong? I'll tell you what you do. You just move on. You just think, "Arey yaar, shit, this is wrong. Oh, this is also." Arey bhaiya, expression will not improve your rank, na? Just because you are giving the expression, I could have done this correct. And then, what people do? Then what you people do is that, let's say you got 130 marks, and then you count. If I would not have done careless error, then my marks would be 160. Arey bhaiya, just by imagining that without doing careless error, the marks would be 160, change your habit and actually make it 160 in the NEET exam, na? So how to do that? Make a proper error analysis first. That means create error log. Take one new notebook and date-wise, whichever the test you do, date-wise syllabus you can write. For example, full syllabus, write full. For example, some subject, some topics are there, write that topic, and write topic-wise, question-wise the errors you have done. For example, if you have RCl plus KCN gives you something, let's say CH3Cl is there, gives you X, and this on hydrolysis gives you Y. You have to find Y. Option is you will get HCOOH, CH3COOH, CH3CH2COOH. So here a lot of people do one mistake. They get one carbon less. So when you do the hydrolysis, CH3 and this Cl will go, Cn will come. So when Cn comes here, on hydrolysis this becomes COOH. So what people usually answer by mistake, very common basic error, they by mistake answer HCOOH, thinking that one carbon was there, so one carbon carboxylic acid will be formed. On the other hand, when Cn is coming, one extra carbon also comes. A lot of people do this kind of a mistake, and in case you have done this mistake, for example, I'm just giving one example, by mistake you ticked HCOOH. So in the error log, you will write RCN plus RCl gives you KC plus KCN gives you RCN. Hydrolysis, I missed carbon atom number, or I did not count the carbon atom number clearly. This thing should be written in the first person itself. I did not do this. That should be written by your own hand properly. Why? So do we have to revise this also? Already there is so much to revise. You don't have to revise. Trust your brain. Once you write it in the notebook, you will remember this in the exam to not commit this mistake ever again. So understand, error analysis you have to do after every test and maintain one error log. So as soon as you see one mistake, do not forget that, write that in the notebook. In my career, I have seen people committing same mistake over and over again, so much that I have to enter in the class and join the hand and say, ki, beta, when will you stop doing this mistake now in this life? The problem is that they do not address their mistake by writing one error log. And in the last 1.5 months, when you have the time today and you are giving a lot of full syllabus test, this is the perfect opportunity for making an error log. Now, third thing, revisit notes or NCERT. What does it mean? Whenever a student has a doubt, they run towards their faculty and they start saying, sir, doubt is there. The faculty gets sometimes angry, check your notes, same thing I've told so many number of times. What happens is that, sir, but it saves time. Like for what you want to save time? You have to run the country after giving the examination, or you want to launch a nuclear weapon somewhere and you are running late for it. It does not make any sense to save your time from the studies for the studies. So it's better you have to understand. For example, I'll give you one very simple clear-cut idea. What happens is that, let us say, from the uses of aluminium, for example, from the uses of aluminium, one question you did wrong. Okay? What does it mean? It means that that topic which is there in your notes, that topic which is there in the NCERT already, from there only you have committed a mistake. That means that page where that topic is written, this topic you forgot. So what is the guarantee that the topic above it and below it you will be able to remember here? Just because you forgot one topic in a page, it is also possible that you might have forgotten the whole page, or maybe 2-3 pages before and after also. So when you ask your faculty, what happens? Maybe he'll be able to tell you, just to shun away you, ki chalo theek hai yaar, he is asking or she is asking, tell him the doubt, get over with this. So what will happen? You'll be able to understand only that one concept, and that too exactly in the way it is asked in the examination. But the theory still is weak. So understand, whenever you get stuck, whenever you have the error log, immediately after seeing, because some errors you will identify yourself, and some errors will be there because of lack of knowledge also. Especially when you are at the lower marks range. In fact, at 550 range also, some errors will be there due to lack of knowledge also. So immediately after the test, when you make the error log, revisit your notes and NCERT and strengthen those topics there and then. Don't wait the later on, I will read, tomorrow I will read, I will take the break. Arey, 3 hours test I have written, I want a break now. You don't need any break. When you will come outside, think about it. Especially those people who have written the NEET examination last year. Did you take any break after the NEET examination before checking the actual answer key? Or did you check the answer key as soon as it was available? You checked, na? Because it mattered. It mattered. So you in fact waited for 1 to 2 hours also with your parents. I exactly remember that time also. And you were running here and there searching for the answer keys. So if you can do that after the NEET exam, that means after 3 hours also your brain can handle a little more efforts for error analysis and revisiting the notes and NCERT. So basically your 3-hour test is actually a 4-hour practice. So 3 hours for the test, 1 hour is required for the error analysis. I'm talking about at around 500, 550 you are stuck. That means your knowledge base will not be so weak that it will take 2-3 hours to rebuild that again. That means if you make the error log, it will take maximum 15, 20, 30 minutes, and another 30 minutes will take for you to revisit your notes and NCERT yourself before asking the doubt from your faculty. After reading the notes and NCERT, still you have the doubt, ki sir, it is not there in my notes, it is not there in the NCERT, I'm not able to figure out, then you should obviously ask your teachers. At this point of time, I'm asking. Because right now, your job is not to develop the concept. Your job is to translate your knowledge into marks. So if anything you don't know in the beginning itself, so there is no point of reading that new thing right now if you are stuck at around 550, 560. If you are at around 650, 670, obviously more and more knowledge you should earn because already you are at the saturation level. So, but if you are stagnated at around 300, 400, 500, it's better that you revisit your notes immediately after the test, after you make the error log. Very important, making the error log. Very, 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 very important. You do this, your test taking ability will go exponentially up. But the last part is that, sir, I don't have test taking ability at all. Nahi yaar. You are not stupid. Don't worry about it. You know how to write a test. That's why you are getting around 300, 400, 500 marks. Otherwise, 0 or negative marks can also people get with the immense level of knowledge also. I've seen such people whose knowledge level was very good, and in JEE advanced examination, they got 20, 30, 40 marks also because they were not able to, write the test in the right environment. They did not get that practice at all. So understand, you know how to write the test. That's why you are getting consistently the same marks. Otherwise, the marks will fluctuate. But if you are getting consistently the same marks, that means you already have a test taking ability. You are just upgrading your version. It is just like the Android upgrade. It is just like the iOS upgrade. You are upgrading your test taking ability. You are already smart. You are making yourself smarter by addressing a few points that you might have missed in the first segment of the preparation. So what you are going to do understand is that upgrading to a version 2.0, a second version of your test taking ability will take time. Dekho, you developed your test taking ability in 1, 2 or maybe 3 years. So upgrading the version will at least take a month. At least take a month. But within this month, sir, will I be able to see the increase in the marks? In the beginning, it might happen that your marks can decrease also, can increase also, but not significantly. That means constancy will be maintained. But within 1 to 2 weeks, that means within 2-3 tests, if you are consistently doing this, I can guarantee you, if you are at 550, let's say this kind of range if you are getting, you will be able to touch 580 also, without much increase in your knowledge base also. In simplest word, if I explain in a nutshell, whatever I told you is right now. For example, if a student get 550 marks, and consistently he is getting these marks in the grand test without much change in the preparation methods, consistently this kind of marks are coming, that means his knowledge level, if he can generate 100% efficiency of test taking ability, his knowledge level is equivalent to a 650 to 660 marks student. That means a student getting 650, 660 knows equal to a student getting 550 also. There are many people who get 660 and 650 marks, but their knowledge level is not as much. And this much level you can increase too by just enhancing your test taking ability. Again, knowledge is very important, and point number 3 will enhance your knowledge, but understand this always happens in small bits. So when those bits get combined and integrated to a larger result, you'll be able to see that within a week or two. 2 weeks is a comfortable time, you'll be able to see the increase in your marks also, but religiously follow this thing. And if you follow, I can guarantee you, you will start feeling confident yourself. You will not require any other video to give you that motivation, because once you perform a thing like a ritual and you develop a habit of doing it, then you will understand ki haan yaar, I'm going in the right direction. And once you get that feeling ki yes, I'm going in the right direction, and after 2 months I might be getting the result of my choice, then automatically that internal motivation will also come. Finally, understand whatever happens, be happy in these 2 months. Whether you are getting marks or not getting marks, be energetic. You are at an age where this chadda move will not suit you. This bad kind of face will not suit you at all. You are going to be happy. You are at this age where you should be very jolly also. Don't let this pressure of getting marks should overshadow your actual inner happiness, because if you are happy internally, your brain will function the best, and the enhancement in the marks you will also be able to see. So be happy. Keep smiling, whether there is a joke being cracked around you or not. That is all from my side. Focus upon the test taking ability. Thank you so much. This is Saurabh Pant signing off.